Hundreds of economic freedom fighters are marching in Tshwane this morning. That's where they will march the offices of the South African Health Products Regulatory Authority in Arcadia. They are demanding approval of COVID-19 vaccines from China and Russia. Newzroom Afrika senior reporter Malungelo Booi is following the march and joins us live now from Pretoria. Malungelo, a very good morning to you once again. I see the street is filled of red, as of course this march is getting underway and there is a lot of movement. What can you tell us?
That's right, Mpho. In fact, the march was supposed to have already started, but we're not sure exactly at what time will those that have gathered here begin to make their way to the offices of the South African Health Products Regulatory Authority. But what we're currently seeing, though, we're seeing hundreds of EFF supporters who have come out really in their numbers to take part in this march. They have essentially heeded the call from their leader, Julius Malema, to come out in their numbers and march to the South African Health Product Regulatory Authority to demand the approval of those two vaccines, one produced in Russia and the other one being produced in China. And of course, what we're seeing more buses arriving. I do think, though, it is important to note that a lot of people that are here are saying that it is important for them to be here because they want those vaccines as a matter of urgency. We do know, though, that the country's vaccination program has actually been quite slow. In fact, some could actually say it's been disastrous. And it's at the back of that, then, that we're seeing the economic freedom fighters calling all its supporters and members to be part of this march to the South African Health Regulatory Health Products so that they can put pressure really on that body to approve those products. But some people, have been very critical of the EFF and this march, especially considering the fact that the country, or this particular province where we are in Gauteng, we are already on the third wave and we are already seeing high number of COVID-19 cases. The criticism was that why would the EFF then hold an event that is likely to be a super spreader? But when I was talking to Veronica Mente, who's the chairperson of the Economic Freedom Fighters, she said it's really unfortunate that, the Gauteng is currently seeing the high numbers of COVID-19, but it is important for them as the party to go to the South African Health Products Regulatory Body to demand the approval of those vaccines, saying that they don't understand where the delay is, saying that even in March, the South African Health Regulatory Product was saying that it is still reviewing, data in relation to these products, saying now it's June and there seems not to be any movement, and saying that they can no longer wait then and wait to hear from them. It's time for them really to put pressure for this. And also they're making a point for that, we are seeing a peak in COVID-19 cases, but our vaccination program is not moving as fast as it should. And they're of the view then that if these two vaccines are allowed to be used in South Africa, then it will sort of like help to expedite the vaccination program here in South Africa. Mpho?
Malungelo, what would you say then? Of course, you speak about the EFF, call and their demands that they're making, and of course, looking at the current situation with Gauteng already being the epicenter and the number of cases increasing by the day, and fears and concerns raised by health experts in the country. But there has been some criticism to the EFF's march, of course, that of the potential of a super spreader event, and some experts saying that their call for the vaccines is merely based on bad science, that there hasn't been any proof that those vaccines that they're demanding are indeed as effective as they say they are.
Look, one of the arguments that the EFF really has been saying is that they feel like the South African health product regulatory body is being micromanaged. That's the term that they use, is being micromanaged by the Western pharmaceutical companies, in which they say are collaborating with locals to delay really the approval of these two vaccines. You're right. A lot of people have also been saying really it's not as easy as ABC just to approve a vaccine for use anywhere in the world. There's a lot of data that has got to be analyzed, and part of that data they need to scrutinize is to ask the question as to how safe the vaccines are in terms of the South African population, but also will they be effective to our to our own COVID-19 situation here. Remember, we have seen different strains of the vaccines of COVID-19 here in South Africa and globally. So what the South African Health Product Regulatory Body has got to do is to see whether these two vaccines will be effective to us as South Africans in dealing with our own vaccine, and also they need to look into the issue of safety. And to them, that's what really is at the heart of this. They're saying that they need to make sure that these vaccines are safe to be used by South Africans at all times. But it seems, though, as if the economic freedom fighters is really not buying that argument. And that's why then we're seeing hundreds of their party members and supporters coming out to be part of this march. And I should also say, a call was extended to other political parties and also religious organizations and civil society groups to be part of this march. And earlier, some of these supporters, they were singing that a song like "We want the Chinese and Russian vaccines" as a matter of urgency. The question then is whether is the EFF really going to get those vaccines approved as a matter of urgency? What we know, though, for certain is that from this March, they will be giving the South African Health Products Regulatory Body about 7 days to meet their demands. If they fail to do so, they've indicated that there'll be more marches.
Right, let's leave it there for now. Malungelo Booi bringing us the live developments as the march is set to get underway. Hundreds of EFF members gathered in Sunnyside, Pretoria ahead of that march, demanding, of course, the approval of more COVID-19 vaccines. We will continue to bring you up to speed with those developments throughout the course of this morning.